Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesus Junk Journals, and we're going to go on with our folio journal templates. And actually we're making a folio journal. So before I get started though, I'm going to do a couple of masterboards, and I'm going to use my scraps from yesterday and just start gluing on scraps. And let's see, I'm going to use Mod Podge, which is 2 parts water and 1 part glue. And I'm going to try and do one masculine with the masculine scraps, and one with the feminine ones. So I hope you guys are having a great crafting day. It is a lovely sunny summer day here, and I actually got to go swimming earlier, so that was fun. And when I say swimming, I mean floating around floating around on a foam chair, so that was fun. And now I am up here crafting, so it's been a good day. I am continuing on. I've got a ton of books going on. I wanted to just talk about, and I think I've mentioned it before, but it's a book called Unoffendable, and it's by Brant Hansen, B-R-A-N-T Hansen. You guys may know about him. I just found out about him, but he has I guess a radio show, and so he's a Christian radio host, and he's pretty funny. He's autistic. He has Asperger's syndrome, which is a type of autism, and his father was a pastor, so he has a lot of church kid, preacher's kid stories and things going on. But he talks about how we need to just give up being offended by other people. And so, like, when you're in traffic and somebody cuts you off and you assume the worst and you think of all the reasons, bad reasons why they're doing what they're doing and shouldn't be doing it to you. And he talks about how we tend to see the worst in other people, but we see the best in ourselves. And I think he's right. I think he has a point on that. And he talks about how much more peaceful life is if you can just let everything go. And how much energy it takes to go around and be offended by everybody and everything all day long, which is what we do a lot of times. And he said, just assume people are going to be misbehave, and don't be offended by it. And so it's just a really, really good book. And then the other book I picked up today was Gloria Copeland's book on prosperity. And she was talking about how God has offered so many things within the gospel. It's healing, prosperity, of course, salvation. And she was talking about how the church took the salvation piece of it, but dropped the ball on the rest of it. And on this particular book, she's pointing out all of the scriptures where it says that God will bless us financially, with material things. And there's a ton of scriptures that we tend to overlook or ignore, or think we're evil and bad if we, want God to bless us financially. And yet we all get jobs and we try to get money to pay our bills. And so, is that wrong? I don't think so. So she was just making the point. And she said it's kind of like the grandfather that gave his granddaughter, held his hand out, and he had a dollar coin, a $50 coin, a quarter, and a nickel. and he held them out to his granddaughter, and she took the nickel. And the bad thing is he was offering her all of it. She could have taken the dollar, or she could have taken all of it, but she only took the nickel. And she said, so many times Christians shortchange themselves. God is offering us everything, and we settle for the nickel. And not to say, of course, salvation would be the highest value thing of all. So it's not, we're not, comparing that to a nickel. But anyway, it was just kind of interesting perspective on that. Hopefully I don't get any nasty comments. I know a lot of people get really uppity about prosperity and so on and so forth, but in these days and times, I think we all want prosperity. We all want God to provide for us as he said he would. And it's okay. He wouldn't have said it if he didn't want us to know it and expect it and pray for it. So anyway, that is my reading material for the day.